Crazy Crab in the house, and today we're going to talk about the confrontation between Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers and Mad Max. And I was there live to check out this confrontation because honestly, I'm a fan and been a fan for a long time of both channels. If you check out one of my old videos, top 10 YouTubers, I had both of them as my top 10. So you know I'm honestly and for a long time a fan of both of these channels. Really enjoy the content that they both provide. And since they're not psycho SJWs, they're not going to ban me because I'm a fan of the other. But if you haven't been paying attention, Mad Max has gone after Jeremy big time, video after video after video, going after Jeremy for all kinds of stuff. If you don't know, you might watch some of his stuff if you want to and find out, you know, what he's been talking about. Honestly, he's got interesting takes, but I've not always been in total agreement with him about Jeremy, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. Still, I think his videos are entertaining. I love his presentation. I love his energy and everything. Couldn't really understand what his big beef with Jeremy was, other than maybe the underlying factor that he thought he was just simply disingenuous in general. And I'm going to get into that a little bit, but Mad Max had the guts to show up and talk to Jeremy when Jeremy gave an open invite to all his haters. Come on in, let's do this. Very few of them showed up. The only ones that showed up were mainly people who had a little beef with him but weren't exactly major haters. And the only one who you could consider a big major hater would have been probably Mad Max. He did show up. The other major haters just like to run their mouths on Twitter, but they're actually cowards. They're not actually going to show up. But you knew that Mad Max was going to show up and give his all in this battle against Jeremy, a battle of words, talking about his problems with Jeremy, and Jeremy would respond. And just wanted to give my brief overall thoughts of how it went, a review of the fight, if you will. And I'd have to say props to Mad Max again, showing up and giving it all, talking about his opinions. But honestly, I think that Jeremy had a pretty decent explanation for everything. At the end of the day, Max did not exactly agree with that because he said we'll have to agree to disagree. So they never really 100% resolved anything that I could tell. But having said that, I think you know, he put out everything that he felt. And one of the big things he had an issue with was something about a thing that he talks about a lot is the deleted reviews. The deleted reviews, because yes, Jeremy deleted his original The Last Jedi reviews, something he's never denied. He's never, you know, hid behind the fact that he loved The Last Jedi at first. He said, I love this movie when he first saw it. And then, of course, he came to realize that it's a total trash movie. And he's not the only one who went through that. And I, to a much smaller extent, went through that because my original review was my first video, and it's cringy to watch it for me because I gave The Last Jedi way too much credit. Because at the time I watched it, just leaving the theater, you know, you're still like in a shell shocked. You know, I did say that I was extremely disappointed and I gave it a negative review, which is why I freaking don't, you know, I'm not too worried about leaving it up there. But honestly, it's a little embarrassing because I did give the movie way more credit than it deserves. Just for an example, I didn't, at the time I first watched it, I didn't mind that Luke threw the lightsaber over his shoulder. I thought, you know, big deal. He was kind of in character because he wasn't looking too thrilled to see Rey there. He just chucked the lightsaber, and I thought it was funny, and I thought that later on it would be explained why he was acting this way, and it would be clear, and then we would see the real Luke Skywalker. Turned out he was just never became the real Luke Skywalker. He was just a jerk that pretty much nearly the entire movie. The only time that he actually seemed to come around, he wasn't even really there. He was a projection. But you know, that's just one example. I mean, there were a lot of scenes in this movie I gave too much credit to. Throne room scene is one, and after second viewing of that, I was like, it's not that great. So you know, I can understand Jeremy. You know, he liked it at first. He put out a great review. When I say great, I mean a positive review. Later realized it was trash. Decided I'm gonna go ahead and remove these reviews. At that time he wouldn't get any views anyway. It's not like he was big time. And then later on his channel blows up, and now, you know, Max is going after him, and he's like, dude, I mean, the reviews don't represent my opinion, the opinion of the company. The reviews just were there was no reason to keep him there, and he deleted many videos. There was a video I specifically remember where Jeremy had said, I deleted a ton of videos, they just weren't doing any good for the channel. He left up a lot of them. There's a lot of old, really cool little videos. We Saw a Movie series. check those out. These old Geeks and Gamers videos that don't get any views are pretty entertaining. But at the end of the day, he decided he wanted to get rid of those Last Jedi reviews, which I totally understand. And he put out a new one which said it's time to accept the truth about The Last Jedi or something of that nature. And that, I think, is basically his The Last Jedi review. It's not like his review's not there. That's pretty much a Last Jedi review right there, where he goes through the things that he really loved when he first saw the movie, and then he explained what he came to believe after time of thinking about it and talking to others and realizing that the movie is trash and it's a horrible Star Wars movie. So I don't have an issue that he deleted the freaking reviews. It's not like he was hiding something that he wasn't willing to admit. He's willing to say that he gave the freaking movies a good review. He just got rid of those reviews, doesn't have them anymore. They're not there to put back up. I don't think there's any need to put him back up. I can pretty much tell you what he said. He said the movie was awesome. He said it visually was stunning. He said the fight between the throne room scene was freaking sick. He said at the end when Luke shows up and he brushes it off his shoulder, and I was like, oh, this was absolutely amazing, that the whole thing was just awesome. Something of that nature, because it's a big freaking movie. It's just a big trash movie once you actually take some time to think about it and rewatch it. So I've digressed way too much. Back to the freaking battle between them two. As you can see, I mean, I'm pretty much not in total agreement that there's any issue with the deleted reviews. And other than that, is he disingenuous? In my opinion, I mean, obviously, he cares about his brand. He cares about his channel. He's not going to put out a video just because he feels like talking about something when there's something big topic going on. Like, I don't know, Brie Larson comes out today and said, oh, you know, all white men should be in prison. You know, I mean, Geeks and Gamers is going to cover that. He's going to make a video about it, even if he happened to go to the theaters last night and he watched some, you know, mid-tier movie and he was thinking about doing a review for that. He actually felt like doing a review. Well, he's not going to do a review for that. Nobody wants to hear about that crap. We want to hear about the Brie Larson. So that's what he's going to talk about. But that's common freaking sense. That's just business. That's just good business. But is he disingenuous? Does he lie? Does he make stuff up just for clicks? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he's pretty much a straight shooter. That's my take on him. So, and that's pretty much how he responded. He had a good response to everything. I feel like he pretty much dominated the fight. The only thing that Mad Max definitely had on Jeremy, which Jeremy admitted, okay, maybe I misspoke. Which, yeah, he misspoke. I mean, if that's his biggest thing he's done wrong, then it's really not a big deal, because I misspeak every 5 seconds. But he said something like to somebody, hey, you know, because they put up a fake video, or they put up a video saying we got Jeremy, and they showed him saying that he loved The Last Jedi, but he misspoke in that video. He meant to say The Force Awakens. And so he explained, dude, if you want to find content of me actually praising The Last Jedi, it's out there. Why don't you just put that up there? When in reality he deleted those reviews. So he's saying he misspoke. He did. He should have said something along the lines of, if you want to prove that I love The Last Jedi, I said it 100 million times. You can show videos saying I love The Last Jedi, which is true. He said it a million times. It's on record of him saying that he loved The Last Jedi when he first saw it. And he was completely blinded and, you know, by fandom. And so was a lot of people, and so was I to some extent. But I came to realize quickly, and I walked out of the theater feeling sick to my stomach. I knew there was something seriously wrong with that movie. It took me a few days to fully realize just how bad it really was. But anyway, all props to Mad Max. Hope he's not mad at me. I don't mean to take Jeremy's side, but I think I got to give Jeremy the edge on the battle, just based on facts and words that were exchanged. Now, that's not to say that Max is wrong about Jeremy. Maybe Jeremy is disingenuous. I don't know him personally, but my feeling when I watch his videos is that he's pretty much straightforward. He's pretty legit. He's not going to say something that's not true, even if it's good for his channel, say. He's not going to come out and say that. You know, if episode 9 comes out and it's really good and really entertaining, he's going to say it's really good and really entertaining. But I highly doubt that's going to happen, because I think Max would agree more than likely episode 9 is going to be complete and total trash. Maybe not Last Jedi trash, but it's gonna suck. But that was really cool to watch. Check out that video and the other confrontations too. Some of them were a little weak. I felt like, you know, you're gonna talk trash on Jeremy, you're gonna talk bad about him, then when you're face to face, it's like, hey, you're all nice and everything. Oh, maybe, which, I mean, that's cool. I'm glad that they worked out their differences, you know, really quickly. But it reminds me kind of drivers and people behind the keyboards. They'll talk all the trash in the world. They'll honk at you, they'll cuss at you. But when you're face to face, all of a sudden it's, hey, how are you? Yeah, I mean, no, you know, they get a little weaker. Now, I'm not saying that particularly happened with these people. Maybe in truth they were understanding what Jeremy's point was, and they, kind of retracted some of the things they said, and that's awesome. But I just felt like I wanted to. Let's just put it this way: I wanted to see some more drama there. I was really ready for some battles, and the only one who really brought it was Mad Max. So good job, Max. Hope Max ain't mad at me, man, because Max is the man. But so is Jeremy, in my opinion. I love both these dudes going at it. I got to give Jeremy the slight edge in the battle, though. That's just how I felt about it. Let me know what you felt about it if you saw the battle. And have a great day. Crazy crap. Gone.